But about the Huskar ban, I think when you have Dazzle on the other team, it's always just you can lose the game before you get the chance to counter the hero. So it's something they obviously do not want to play against, even though they're picking heroes that are good against it.
Yeah. And okay, we have a Nature's Prophet. How do you feel
like
this
that's a
game's
bit
gonna go?
risky because Quap and Windrunner are both heroes that can shut down the Prophet when he's splitting on his own, but this might show that FD want to go for something a bit more 5-man orientated.
And it's a Drow lineup. Okay, so two things here. I think the Nature's Prophet, while it might be risky, I think it really does, especially as the game goes even later, it gets rough because where are you AA blasting or where is Quap going, it feels like you're split a lot because of Nature's Prophet. But Drow Ranger just buffs up everybody. Suddenly Quap is winning her lane, Windrunner is winning her lane dominatingly, and yeah, but
that might not be the case anymore though.
Exactly. And this is a really nice game as a Brood because AA can't do anything early late game against you. What's Drow gonna do? Slowly auto-attack down your spiders that she can't see? So, very easy to get up in a Drow's face as a Brood Mother.
Windrunner and Quap can be slightly annoying, and AA can scout the trees with his Ice Vortex, but they don't have heroes to capitalize on that, so Brood's gonna have a really good game. I'm guessing what they'll do with the Prophet is either make it a one-position hero, or they might decide to put the Brood mid to deal with whichever hero Mineski want, which is probably the Windrunner or the Drow.
10 seconds remaining.
And then have the Prophet offlane as normal.
Yeah, there are a lot of different options here, it feels like. So, and they go with a Sand King.
That's a Brood counter though.
Yeah.
But it is a support, so they're gonna have to do some really funky lanes if they want Sand King to actually counter the Brood at all. Otherwise he's just gonna be fucked in the woods.
I think, unfortunately, he might just try to woods and then come out and help, but at that point the Broodmother may have done too much damage on the map. So I'm not sure how in love with this lineup I am for...
10 seconds remaining.
What they could do is they could have the Windrunner like start as a support and make it so the Sand King like gets his lane against the Brood, which Brood still does okay in, as long as you don't feed to the finale, like, he'll be fine on the Brood, but it's better than the other heroes they could have. I doubt they do that though, because it's very unconventional and very risky. Especially a Miracle Brood and a Puck. This game's definitely gonna be very action-packed and end very early, you'd think.
Yeah, at the same time, we've got Prime, like, if this has to go late into split push lineup, and then we got things like a Drow. I mean, they have picked really well, I feel like, first departure around a Drow. So many things to get up in her face, and this is on Ryo, so it's like an offlane Drow? Question mark, question mark?
I guess so.
So...
I mean, what they could do is have some kind of tri-lane top of the Windrunner, which is gonna be the one position, because Cuckoo's playing it. And then they could have the Drow go mid and the Quap go bottom. So it might just be who's comfortable on which hero.
5 seconds remaining.
And they do this a lot. I've looked at the lineup of Mineski when I was trying to do a little bit of learning before the games, and they will pop people on heroes they're more comfortable with, even sometimes people playing support who normally play carry. So either way, let's do a quick round of introductions. I'm gonna swap again and do first departure. This time we've got Miracle on the Spider. I don't know if there's gonna be a swap out there, but I don't know if I was expecting. I mean, carry Broodmother? Can you?
It is like
you
a
can build him?
one-position hero.
Yeah, I know you can build him to fight, her to fight, but I mean, she does have an inbuilt nice attack modifier. So, oh, sorry, it's not. Is incapacitating bite no longer?
Yeah, it got removed as an attack modifier.
No longer attack modifier, so it's even better. Sorry.
That's why people go Deso and shit now.
Exactly. I think they actually have for a while. I am, just as you can tell, guys, I am a 500 MMR Broodmother player. Something like that. Either way, let's quickly introduce the teams, then we'll do our introductions, because we're probably going to have a nice little pause. We've got Miracle on that Broodmother, Cal on the Nature's Prophet, Kai on the Dazzle, Fixer on that mid Puck, Lubby on the Wyvern, and tossing it over to you.
We have Mineski, which is Bimbo or Raging Potato on the Quap, Ryo on the Drow, Jesse Vash on the Sand King, Cuckoo on the Windrunner, and Jules on the AA.
And once again...
It looks like it's going to be a mid-Drow from Ryo.
Yeah.
Went for the double branch and band build.
See if he can make this work. I once again just want to say I'm Llama Down Under. I'm joined by PQMZ. If you're coming into this late, this is the third game in a best of 3 between Mineski and First Departure. This is the upper bracket, so whoever loses here is not right out, but you know, you're not that you want to win. You want to get closer to qualifying for the summit. And once again, I'm a new caster. I would love your feedback on how to get better. I'm sure PQMZ will take some too. You can leave that on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook for me as Llama Down Under. Yeah, all good. Now, let's get into this game. We're gonna have maybe a little contest in the rune, but I'm pretty sure when First Departure sees there's a bunch of heroes, including an AA, they're gonna back all the way up.
Yeah, Radiant have a really big rune advantage as well because they can come from like 2 cliffs and their cliff sees your cliff, so it's really hard to contest the rune when
30 seconds to
they have
battle.
the vision advantage. So what they should recognize is bottom's probably a better chance.
Yep.
But it looks like they want to go top, not predicting the fact that they're going to go for the aggro tri-lane that I said in the draft.
Yeah, so we'll see if
They do
anything
see
can
the
happen
incentive.
here. They should see everybody here. Puck shouldn't go for this. Should
That's
realize.
a very preemptive killing touch as well.
It
Just trying
lasts
to
for a
secure.
while, so yeah, I think it's just, hey guys.
Battle begins.
The only downside is it does cost AA, 1, a lot of mana, and 2, the cooldown is long, so if they wanted to kill earlier, aren't gonna get it. I'm really interested to see how Miracle builds this hero. I don't know if I've seen him play Broodmother before.
I'm sure he can. Like, he plays very micro-intensive heroes, and you can
Yeah.
do the same thing with the spiders. He's one of the more individually skilled players in SEA, I think.
Oh, and Jesse Varsha gonna get himself... Oh no, it's out of range. Why can't I click on this sentry? There we go. So the sentry is out of range, and Jesse Varsha popping his head in middle, but I don't think it's gonna help out. Drow should super easily... So normally, Puck, I feel, can be a strong laner if used well, especially with the orb buff, where it's a bit faster, but I feel like Drow with this damage advantage just will wreck Puck's face.
Yep. If the puck gets help, then he can feed off the draw if he gets rolling, but I don't think the supports from FD are going to be able to give him that start.
And
However,
Miracle
the
doing a lot of
Prophets-
damage to Windrunner. She has to Windrun away early on. Miracle blocking her up! I don't know, Cuckoo's gonna get out of here. Looks like she'll be fine, so...
They're actually setting up bottom with the Wyvern. The
Yeah,
Pop
but
still has
again-
the link, so she'll be fine.
Yeah, although these
Might force a
trees...
cell.
Yeah, we'll force a Blink and a Sal. These treelings, they are such a pain to kill. It feels like
This
really
AA.
suffering. And yeah, I'm not quite sure what he's doing there. He's gonna get auto-attacked by creeps. There's also the Orb of Venom coming out. Sorry, no, that was the end of the Arctic Burn. I lied, not an Orb of Venom. So, Drow Ranger
His
also...
Prophet's dead.
Oh, oh goodness, yep, he is in a little bit of no man's land. They've got the auto attacks, they've got the stun. They have more than enough with Chilling Touch, and that's our first blood. So,
First blood.
I think the Sand King wanted to last hit that, but the Chilling Touch damage didn't let him.
yeah, Miracle is diving, but maybe not the dive he should be going
Radiant's
for.
bottom tower is under attack.
So,
This is not an easy lane for Windrunner at all. She's gonna have very hard time.
do you
getting
think they
anything.
thought Brood would be bottom? That's why they stuck her up here?
I think their plan was just to get the draw against Puck, which is a good matchup, and then the Quapter's okay against Prophet or Brood. So the aggro tri-lanes, like, makes the most sense for them, I think.
Yeah. I think, as you pointed out, though, she's having a really rough time, and just no sentries, no vision up here at all. I didn't quite see if they got dewarded already, or if she just didn't get to have any coming to lane, but it's really difficult, especially with Kai running around with a haste, gonna run up behind her. She's actually getting really close to killing Miracle, but she can't quite seal the deal. And now here comes Kai with that haste run. She just needs to TP out. The heal bomb!
I swear, that combination's, like, so strong. But with the Sentry Wards, like, they dropped one for the top rune because they saw the Brood webbing to try and contest the bounty.
Yeah.
But as necessary as that might feel at the time, it really bites you in the ass when you don't have sentries in the lane. I don't know where they used their other one though.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure either. What does Windrun block Dazzle's heal bomb? It's physical damage,
No.
but yeah, because it has to be attacks, right? Windrun only
Yeah.
blocks attacks, so yeah, not much she could do there really, and I think TP out, unfortunately, one of the best plays. But Nature's Prophet is coming on this Drow mid, as is Dazzle. She doesn't manage to live. She actually eats through the trees, but not enough.
I think he actually sprouted the
He might have
used the
sprouted
streams
those
on the
two?
trees.
Okay. I didn't
But
quite
the,
see how they disappeared.
That's the problem with Drow mid. Like, Puck is one of those heroes that
tower is under attack.
now she's gonna come back, the Puck's gonna get his level 6, and then the Prophet's gonna TP in again, and you're gonna have to protect his Drow. Or you're going to have to, like, transition her out of the lane somehow, which I don't think is gonna happen.
And they eat the sentry Windrunner puts behind her own tower.
This is really smart from FD, like, they're putting so much pressure with this dual lane, they're gonna get the tower.
Windrunner has to go back to base, even after popping her salve, although Ancient Apparition does manage to kill off the Wyvern with help from Quap, who is still level 4, but again, feeling like first departure out early gaming Mineski.
Radiant structures are
They're trying to be really efficient as well by moving the Prophet to the woods after we went mid and letting the Wyvern soak XP bottom, so they get his spells up, because he's their main source of lockdown. It's actually like a hard stun outside of coil. So it's important he gets his levels.
First tower falls, Quap actually blunk up, I think she wanted the deny there.
They're trying to do the same thing with the AA as well, but now the Windrunner's come bottom because she's like, I want my farm.
And in her defense, she has had a rough as anything lane.
Yeah. Fortunately, she's gonna have to sacrifice a lot because when you pick a hero like Sand King, you naturally like prioritize his farm over anyone else's.
Yeah, it's really rough as well because both
They're
Sand
going
King
in
and AA need items. They have a TP. Drow probably going to get picked off again. Arctic Bone as well. There are the trees. She actually, no, she does.
Radiant's middle tower.
She just got a
She
quelling blade
has a
from
quelling
Courier.
blade. It doesn't save her life, but she definitely chopped down the trees that time.
That's smart from the Drow because if they don't have like the third hero there, then she would live with the quelling blade. Not the most conventional item, but it at least speeds up her farming a bit so she can do ancients faster, I guess.
100%. Now Queen of Pain taking a lot of damage from Spider. She still has the blink, but Miracle, he is positioning himself, waiting for that blink, wants to throw out a spawn Spiderling. Heal bomb! She blinks away! Quap was on about 50 health there. So... And as you mentioned...
This really well.
Yeah, the Sand King, he's not online to be the counter that they wanted for the Brood.
Under attack.
He's gonna need another 3 minutes at least.
And he needs points in bloody Caustic Finale. He can't do this without Caustic Finale, it doesn't feel like.
Well, as soon as he gets Blink, he can like Burrow Strike, Sandstorm down the spiders, and he can provide a lot of kill potential once he gets Blink and FBR.
Yeah.
So you don't need the points in the Caustic Finale. I think that's only viable when you're playing as a like one-on-one lane.
Now, Saving Grace for Mineski. They're a little bit ahead, it looks like, in experience. Sorry guys, pulled up the wrong one. Oh gosh, we have a little bit of a go onto the Drow. They use the Dream Coil. They've got so many heroes coming in again. There's the Nature's Prophet. They just don't let up on this poor thing. And Drow. There's also going to be a Shackle though. Beautiful Shackle. Pills off the Dazzle. Can they get any more sort of follow-up kills? They don't quite know where the Nature's Prophet went, even though they have the Ice Pulse. And I don't think they want to go. But Queen of Pain, she's going ham onto Lubby. She doesn't have mana for Sonic Wave. She can pop her one. She can start eating a bottle, but now she has to get the hell out of dodge. She doesn't have Blink Up. There's going to be the pop in. He doesn't actually get the second spell off, but one more auto attack, and that is a very dead Queen of Pain. And just... It started like a good return kill for Mineski, and then just kind of went south. Quap. It's kind of in the name of the games. If you overextend in any of these, your positioning is hugely punished.
Yeah, she just miscalculated the fact that either she wanted FD to cast spells, so her stick would go up, so she could ulti it, but she needed to bottle if they didn't cast spells. So that's unfortunate. And
Yeah.
FD are playing, and they're feeding couriers? No, I think it's dead fish.
Radiant's top tower is under
Unless it
attack.
regens her.
Oh, 7
That's the armor.
HP.
But FD are just realizing they don't have a hero that can stop the Drow from dying, so they're just punishing her. And Fix is playing really well after his first game on Invoker. I'm really glad he's having an impact.
No. Now, let's say that Sand King, he's getting very close to his Blink Dagger. I'm not quite sure if First Departure or... I mean, they should have an idea of this. I don't know if they'll make the rotation in time to stop him. This can help. This could start getting Mineski back into this a little. Probably Blink Dagger level 6 AA. AA is going to get level 6 after the Blink Dagger, I think, but, you know, it'll be close. They can certainly start making some motions around the map. And, oh gosh, just Sonic Waves down, the Dazzle up at top rune. Before he even has time to use that Shallow Grave. It wasn't on cooldown. I think Dazzle maybe not expecting the Sonic Wave just for little old Dazzle.
Yeah, probably. But I think Mineski want to take anything they can at this point, so
100%.
they probably don't mind. Puck getting his Blink out now is like, this is probably when they'd want to go and deal with the Sand King. If he can, like, have his support smoke with him, and then they go into the woods and the Prophet TPs.
It's
With
too
some dust?
late, I think, though. Sand King is gonna
Yeah.
have it in one camp, so he.
But I don't think it would have been safe for them to go before, because they don't want to like throw away their lead on trying to contest stacks.
Yeah. And if I was Sand King, I would actually take these creeps from the drow, but he's just gonna go wait in base. He just needs 4 more gold. So.
They're actually doing it though. They're smoking up with the puck. You got a regen rune?
Well
He
played.
spammed out mid.
Yeah, and this isn't gonna be seen at all. They've also got a treant coming with them. And if the
This is
treant...
going to be a kill on the Windrunner, I think, and then they want to transition into the tower afterwards.
They have full vision on the Windrunner. I don't know if she has an escape route here. She, of course, can Windrun, but she'll take a lot of physical damage. Is there going to be no Winter's Curse up yet? But it doesn't matter. She can't get out of that Dream Coil, and she tries to TP, but there is a Nature's Wrath just coming all over her face, and not enough damage. I mean, these heroes aren't big enough? It feels like on Mineski to take this sort of abuse. Do they need to group up as 5? What?
I've got to be honest, I think this is just FD having a really good draft against what Mineski have, and I think it's going to come back to they need Quap ulti and they need Sand King's Blink to be able to do things. If they can get like 2 or 3 man stuns into Quap ulti, they can turn this game for sure, because FD's late game is very dubious.
Yep. And with the AA Blast on top of that, I think it's easy kills on people. Cold Embrace, an excellent spell, but you can easily hit an AA Blast or a Cold Feet on top of that. Looks like Miracle's building an Orchid. As we said, the Puck has the Blink and Nature's Prophet. Is that first item Aghanims?
He ended up going back for the Treads, but I think Axis... I don't know, because I've never actually cast a game or seen a game with it.
The new Ags, so it actually means that you have infinite trees if you use it right. I have seen 1 Alliance game with it so far, and...
Oh yeah, sorry, I did see that one.
Yeah, the one where Bulldog, it was just like, how do you have so many... Oh yes, that's how you have so many trees.
The other nice thing though is it makes him really tanky, so if they do like drop the Epi and Sonic Wave on him, he might be able to live long enough for Dazzle the Grave or Wyvern to use his Cold Embrace.
Yep. And Miracle thinking of doing something up here. They have Dust on Sand King, but I don't know how much they want to commit to that. He does have Epicenter Blink, but Miracle is about to spot them all with the spiders. He actually blinks forwards. He gets the Dust onto Miracle. Where is the follow-up? And this Dust is going to wear out before they do anything. Yeah, they're going to get the spiders, but oh, okay, maybe Sand King's happy with this. So...
They don't have any vision for the SK.
Yeah, so Miracle not going to get the kills he so deserves, and Soulburn not going to kill him off in Fountain.
Either that was extremely next level play by Miracle knowing the Sand King was there and baiting it out, or he was just lucky with his timing.
Which part?
Because he wanted to go on the Quap with his Orchid, but when he went out of the trees, he saw the Sand King and the reactions wasn't quick enough. So I don't think they had any vision on the lane.
Oh, they have a stun onto the Quap. Oh, okay. So the Puck got stunned, and then Sonic Wave screamed and was just dead, wiped off the map. I mean, this is part of the issue of the build. He went, yes, sometimes having the treads earlier is a bit better for some tank up, but I mean, Puck's an int hero. What's he to do here?
That's Puck's biggest problem. He can feed away his advantage very easily because he needs to see what's coming to be able to deal with it. He's not going to tank it.
Yeah, and
he might look to go Axe to tank up a bit, or just look for Yules to be more elusive. It's not easy.
As you mentioned, the Sand King's doing work against the Broodmother now. He's getting Sandstorm stun onto her babies, so he's getting some good farm suddenly.
He's like going to transition into a core, and it's probably going to be the Windrunner who takes the hit for this, because she's going to be forced to take whatever she can while the Quap and Drow take like the jungle and the lanes where the Brood isn't, and Sand King will just be put on Brood duty when he's not trying to smoke gank, which is what they're going for now.
Yep, they're looking for Miracle. They want him deaded. He doesn't have boots still. He has an Orb of Venom, so is that an eventual Scotty, or was that just for some lane harass, do you think?
I think he got it after the Orchid, so he's probably looking towards the Scatty, as you said.
And Drow Ranger is eating her way through the tree. She's like, I don't want to be here. It's scary. Quap is probably, yep, she's going Yules, actually. I think spotted this Orchid already. They have a go onto the Spiderlings. They don't manage to dust. Oh, they do manage to dust up Miracle. Can't traverse through these trees right now, but does have the silence. There's another silence. It looks like you're a very dead SK, and the immediate TP out by Cuckoo, but he dies in the fountain.
The coil snapping.
Yeah.
That's actually a lame way to die when you think about it.
It's not the bestest, and AA Blast not doing nearly enough work, so it should be an easy tower push. Albeit it's a tier 1, it's important because it's a mid tower, but you're not horrified that you've lost it for this lineup of Mineski. It's always scary though against this push lineup. It feels like you lose your towers, they can snowball easily on first departure.
They might also look to go for Roche, but it looks like they were rather going for the drow kill because she's really far off.
Yeah, she's...
Out.
Yeah, luckily gets out. I don't know if they can do Roshan. I mean, Brood always can, of course, but feels like they need a little bit of minus armor before they get their Roshan on first departure.
I think he had like a decent amount of spiders mid, and if his ulti wasn't used to try and go for the drow, he could definitely have started it. But Mineski had the drow, sorry, not the drow, the Quap ulti up, so they're probably just looking to take another tower and play it safe instead of trying to risk the Roche fight.
Yep, makes sense. Now, AA, he's got Arcanes. I don't love this. He's also throwing a blast at bottom. I don't think that there can be any follow-up from SK. Oh, there's an epicenter though, and this is going to be a kill on Miracle! That's a very dead spider. A huge kill for the Miracle, topping the net worth shot, and everybody else leaving. They've also got... No, they actually decide not to come in on the Nature's Prophet. Good call there. If they can get mid-tower off of this as well, Miracle kill, mid-tower isn't denied. A big win for Mineski, but now here comes the Dream Coil. First departure, not going to let them have it for free, but where's the backup? Nature's Prophet coming in, he uses the Nature's Wrath. Where's more follow-up first departure? Doesn't have it, looks like.
He needed to go in when they were about to hit the tower, when the Prophet had vision to ulti. He just went in too late there, unfortunately wasting the coil.
I think a bit scared, maybe, of death?
Probably just not, like, getting the communication from his team saying they're ready to go, because he could definitely have gone when the tower was, like, 1 or 2 hits left, when the Prophet ulti was flying. So, looks like they want to go on him top now, though. They can get the dust.
They're gonna instead find out Mr. Okay, he even got the Winter's Curse off there. He was trying to cast Cold Embrace on himself, but it doesn't matter against a Quap. And she has the Yules up. I think Aghanim's next. She's being very liberal with this ult, and it's clearly working. You can pick off a lot of these squishier heroes, like the Puck, like even the Brood, right? She's not a tanky hero because of the build she went.
Ags is definitely the way to go this game. Because Sand King stun is enough to set up. And if you can just follow that up every 40, 50
Oh, they've dusted up Miracle again, but now she's silenced up Windrunner and she doesn't have a way to stop taking this physical damage. The Soul Burn's gonna kill her off. There's gonna be... Where's the stun, Sand King? Why aren't you... Oh, he already used it to get closer, it looks like. And Miracle's gonna get out just fine with a kill on this Windrunner. And look at Windrunner's item build.
Well, it makes sense. She's not getting anything farm-wise, and she just wants to, like, get the most stats for her buck. It's unfortunate because this is not the hero you want to be in this position, but with the Sand King, they had to sacrifice something and they chose the Windrunner.
Yeah. So what is the game plan here for first departure? Oh, it looks like the game plan is Puck dies. So
yeah,
after Puck
that's
dies...
a really good kill.
Yep. First departure, it feels like at some point Nature's Prophet maybe needs to be more involved. He hasn't been really doing much split pushing. A lot of the pushing is coming out of Miracle. So...
Really hard for him to split push though, because now he's super scared. He dies to 1 hero plus Sand King. And the AA Blast can always be there, so even the Sand King might be able to do it with just an Epi, because he's level 2 Epi now.
Huh?
But FD definitely needs some kind of smoke pickoff into Roche, I feel like, when the Wyvern ulti's up, and they're gonna have Coil when the Buck spawns. That's probably what they want to look for. Maybe get the Yules first.
Both teams have terrifying Roshan fights. I feel like the team that's in the pit is going to lose.
Yeah,
because there's so much
fair.
AoE on both teams. So, and Quap is 3/4 almost of the way to her Ags. So
yeah, her farm's really good after getting all the kills. She's been really active this game.
Her and the Nature's Prophet a bit. I was actually just flashbacking to last game where the Windrunner was super active. Miracle, what do you... I think maybe that's a BKB? I'm not sure. I mean, BKB will certainly help with these epicenters.
They're looking to go on the Windrunner here?
Oh, and I think she's just very dead. Silent Soulbone might just be what kills her. No, she's Windrunning, but she's trying to TP out. Oh my goodness, if she can get this, Queen of Pain kill someone on the backlines and... Yeah, not enough. Where's the Queen of Pain? She managed to get the kill on the Dazzle. It looks like Miracle's doing miracle things in bottom. She couldn't make it out. But at least she forced them to use a lot of big ults on her. I mean, yes, it's Dream Coil has a short cooldown, but it does mean you don't have to worry about it, your other heroes, for another 70 seconds.
Yeah, it was It was close. I don't think it was necessary, but it's better safe than sorry. So I think as soon as the Dazzle spawns, they're gonna look for the Yules on Puck and the next Dreamcore cooldown into some kind of aggressive move, because they got the medallion on the Dazzle to make Roche easier. I think if Mineski actually win that fight, though, it's going to be really hard for FD to do anything.
Yeah, we mentioned
Mineski
earlier they
just won't.
don't have the best late game potential. Is there any way they can itemize Nature's Prophet and Brood such that they could stand up to a Drow and Windrunner who feel like much later game carries?
I don't think the Prophet's like going to be able to do anything man fighting wise because he went for the axe.
Here comes the Sand King. He manages to get him under the sentry, and there's a shackle. Gonna take the full damage of the epicenter, and Miracle is dead. Explodes into a pit of gold, and that was another fantastic kill coming out for Mineski. 10 to 10, and looking at the gold graft firmly in Mineski's favor.
Radiant's top
They're running
Experiences
top
too.
under attack.
The Drow's going to try and deal with it, but I
She
feel
doesn't
like
exactly
Brood,
have
if
wave
she-
clear.
Yeah, it's really sad to be a Drow this game. However, like she's not died in a while, and she's been getting her farm, so it's really good.
And a nice TP out before dying in that bottom lane. You were talking about Brood and how Brood should build, I think.
Yeah, if Brute didn't die like the past 2 times, he'd have probably had a BKB by now, and then he could like really put a lot of pressure onto the Mineski heroes. But because they've kept him down, it's really hard for him to now progress into the late game.
Yeah.
Because his farm's like not at the point where it needs to be. It's not a hero that plays from behind that well.
Yeah.
You need to be ahead to be able to carry your team, especially when your 2 other cores don't offer that much.
Now we've got a few interesting item pickups. Quap has finished her Ags, has a Yules as well, I think just for the Orchid silences. We've also maybe to help set up the Cold Feet on occasion, but we've also got Puck rocking a Yules. So...
That's for the Gust, I guess.
Yep, I think maybe for the Gust, maybe also there are cases maybe like an Epicenter's coming at you and you don't want to blink away. You can just Yules yourself, save yourself from a bit of damage. And looks like this is the Roshan attempt we've been so waiting for.
And a DD rune, of course.
Oh yes, DD is very prevalent, I feel like, and does have the Aghanims, Nature's Wrath, and not going to be able to kill off another good TP out. So they're going to get the Roshan. It's going to take them a bit longer than maybe you expect, but Quap should push out top. And again, this is the second game we've been in when Mineski have no idea the Roshan's going down.
No, I think they definitely know it's going on, because the Quap's like
They haven't blasted
really
it though.
aggressive top. If
So-
Quap didn't think it was safe, there's no way she'd go up there, because she can't survive the Winter's Curse and the Puck Initiation. So she probably thinks the heroes are around the area and wanted to trade the Roche for the tier 2. I think they could fight Roche, but it's probably more of a team call saying we don't need to do it.
And I
which
think
I kind of agree with.
yeah, maybe also not realizing how many people were in the Roche pit, that it would have been an easy team fight.
Yeah, the FD wanting to get as much as they can off the map while still getting Roche. They're really far behind, it feels like.
For Quap, because this is a lot of push coming out, are you, oh, they're going in. Let's see what Quap can do here. Could just Sonic Wave down this Nature's Property, tries to TP out, but she's gonna get, oh no, she can't see him! She needs another Scream, she doesn't blink into the right position, and it looks like they're also gonna have the Puck escape. Really unfortunate there. Yes, those aren't the longest ult cooldowns, but they really wanted that Nature's Prophet. Taking him off the map just gives them so much relief. I was gonna say if you're Quap here, you Octarine Quapping just because of how many units there are, or is Sheepstick your next endeavor?
I think you could maybe look at BKB into Refresher. Or maybe like AB Shivas.
Ah yes, and Jesse and Fixer standing right next to each other. Puck does blink away, so...
The Octarine doesn't really gain much benefit when you already have the Ags. It feels counterintuitive.
Okay.
I'd much rather see a Refresher than an Octarine.
Or the Shivas, as you mentioned, just to help stop some of this physical damage. Slow
Yeah, the
everybody
Shivas
down.
is like so good for scouting the Brood.
Yeah.
It makes your life 100 times easier when you just pre-Shiva and then you blink in. If you have any hero with Dust, or if you have Dust yourself, it's like a lot easier.
And I think it helps a lot with all of these, just a little bit more AoE for all of these creeps. And Cuckoo
Yeah.
taking a silence to the face. Drow Ranger is here. Maybe can get the push away, but Puck's thinking about coming in as well. Another Dream Coil only on Cuckoo. Cuckoo is no longer silenced up though, so can she just TP run away? No, she's Yulesed up into the air. There is a nice shackle onto Miracle, but where is the backup? Instead, they're just pushing up top. Cuckoo gets out! She has a Shadow Blade.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah.
What?
I think that's a really smart item choice. Might get the puck here.
Yeah,
Let's
it does
just up
mean
the
she can
shackle.
set up these shackles, but I haven't seen a Shadow Blade on a Windrunner in a long time. Of course, as you pointed out, she's really far behind. So feeling like she couldn't go the Ags first, and Quap also getting the top tower there. Just nice play again from Mineski. They're pulling
Can you
further.
see it every time in your pubs though? Pretty
No.
sure.
No. I'm like 4K, a bit over 4K, so you don't get it. Oh, Quap going in, uses the Sonic Wave as well. We got stuff up on the screen that shouldn't be there. She's not going to get the kill. Winter's Curse as well, but she should be able to find an angle to blink away. She has up the Yules. She's self-Yules. Can she find a blink TP? She won't have the mana. She will now with the second Yules, but she has to get out. Blink, immediate TP. They don't have anything to stop her, so she'll be fine.
The
No.
puck needed to hold the Yules there, for sure. That's really big that he just gets to do that. It's going to give him a lot of confidence, and it's probably going to mess with
Dire's
FD's
middle
head a lot.
tower is under attack.
Because when a hero's diving your tier 3, you want to be able to punish it. Like they're trying to punish mid now.
And they are, I think, going to get a bit of this punish out on the Windrunner. She does have Windrunner, of course, but here comes Nature's Prophet. Oh, and she's stuck in there with him. She could go for a shackle on him, but not where she wants to be at all. She's also Shadow Bladed up, so she's just going to walk it up. I think now they're realizing they need some detection, and it's always frustrating. At the same time, oh
And he
gosh,
gets
Sonic
the
Wave,
courier.
Dire Courier,
Stay near.
killed off.
He gets coiled for it, but I think that's worth it.
Yeah. And a lot of creeps going down. Yeah, you'll probably die here. 6 more seconds before she can do some more Shadow Blade shenanigans. Do they have vision? They have a sentry, so even if she Shadow Blades here, oh gosh, can she use it? Can she use it? Shadow Blade was up.
Yeah,
I think you use the Shadow Blade, force them to drop the sentry.
There's a fade time on it though, and there's an auto attack
Yeah.
in the air, so it wouldn't have changed anything. But she just made like so much space, 5 heroes, and a coil expended, and she got the courier.
Yep.
FD are just really struggling now. They have to scramble for map control because Mineski are the aggressors here.
And this strange
There's
support.
actually,
You
they're
were
going
saying?
in bottom.
Oh yeah, it
They
looks
get the
like they've
Aegis.
got the Aegis down, and now there's gonna be more, maybe an A blast. No, not deciding to fight it. I like it. They just picked up the Aegis. Lickety split there. So,
think he's
although
gonna
it was
go in
about
for
to
the dazzle.
expire.
Never mind, he doesn't have any vision.
Yeah, Quap has to be careful. So
And
Brood
he went
Mama.
Lincolns on the Quap. They're
Okay,
really defensive build.
so it blocks Winter's Curse, it blocks Nature's Wrath. If you were the first target, it looks like we lost our AA. He was way out in dodge. What else does this Lincoln's actually block? A couple of the Yules? Splinter
pretty sure
Blast,
it
of course, if you're the
blocks-
primary target.
I'm pretty sure it blocks the Nature's Prophet, or even if you aren't the first target. If
Yeah,
you are
I'm
the
not
first target,
sure.
I think it negates the entire thing.
Yeah.
I could be wrong on that.
I just saw her get hit by it, but I wasn't sure what I was seeing, so I'll like it. But a lot of these ults with Lincolns, the ults that bounce, have weird things where the first or second can get blocked and maybe others don't. I don't know, but it doesn't matter. Broodmother, there's a TP coming in. There's a Shadow Blade used, a stun. Do they have more? There's a beautiful shackle. Are you kidding me? Beautiful, beautiful shackle. And the silence coming out of Miracle. They have vision for this guy. It doesn't matter if you have an MK. Oh, it does maybe matter if you have a BKB when you pop that ult. Shallow Grave keeping her alive, but I don't know. They have to just auto attack her a few times. They finally do get down Miracle. They also take out the Dazzle. 4-0. And
That was really good play by the Sand King, finding the Wyvern so that he couldn't ulti and save the Brood.
Yep. Another thing that I thought was really nice there was just that was the Shackle of Dreams. You always blame the hero in the back though, so I think it was Miracle at fault.
I don't know, it depends who you are. If you're the hero in the front, you blame the hero in the back, and vice versa. I learned this from Sing Sing Stream many times.
Okay,
Tower is
okay.
under attack.
I'm trying to see if Quap is hit by the damn Nature's Wrath, but she wasn't in it that time. So
I'm pretty sure it's like, if it connects on you, the Lincolns will just proc and you won't take the damage.
well, always nice. So lots of good spells it feels like, and Quap can just get a lot more split pushing working on it. And now, considering that Mineski is the team that you expected to be pushed in, they are 10,000 net worth ahead, 15 almost 15,000 experience ahead, and doing really fantastically overall in a game that I expected them to be having a lot of the push brought to them early by First Departure. Does First Departure still have a chance with this lineup since we're approaching mid-game?
Damage.
Mineski really have to screw up, because Brood's gonna need, like, a big net worth advantage, and she's 5k behind the Quap at the moment, 3k behind the Drow. So the jump ahead of them is going to require Mineski to like really mess up. So this is going to be really tough. FD don't have the best comeback mechanics at all. They
Yeah.
can turtle pretty well, but I'm not sure what they're going to do with the turtling.
Yep. And there is a gem up on Windrunner as well that, you know, if they lose it, it's upsetting. But of course, this does make it easier and easier to catch out Miracle. So.
I feel like you want to put that on the Sand King though. So the Sand King can just hunt the brood and the spiders. Windrunner does a decent job of it as well, I guess.
Sound
And Quap
Yeah,
actually
she
gets the
just-
kill on the Wyvern.
Took out Wyvern before I could even see with that Sonic Wave. Like, she kills people so fast right now.
That should cue that there's a ward up there though.
I mean, there have been a number of AA blasts on that region as well. So, I was a little bit surprised when the Nature's Prophet took an AA blast, like, right there, that he didn't realize.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
So, and they're working on this lost outer 2 tower again. It doesn't look like Quap had her Lincoln's proc there.
I honestly
No, you
wasn't
gotta, come on, you have to answer this for me. And I haven't even looked at chat, and they probably are just telling us all the answers. So, Bimbo, either way.
I've said my opinion.
No, yeah.
I could be wrong, like, I'm pretty bad on the game mechanics, honestly.
No, we can't say that. We have to pretend we're the best. But no, of course, always lots to learn, and Dota's a very complicated games, folks. Manta and the Butterfly up on Drow Ranger. So, Broodmother no longer as scary for her.
If the Brood actually connects, though, then she can definitely man-fight these heroes. It's just, she has to BKB the spells.
And they take the lost outer tower. Oh, Quap going in. Is there going to be another Sonic Wave for funsies? She actually could go for it on the puck here. Oh, but she realizes she's being chased down. We'll have to blink up soon. She blinks away, and there's going to be the Sprout on Cuckoo. Dust it up. Can you TP out? No. There was a Dream Coil. And so, yeah, she's actually going to do some good
He's
work
going
on
in
Decal.
on the SK.
Oh my goodness, here's the epicenter. There's the Sonic Wave. They need a scream. Miracle's coming in, but Miracle, you're so slow. So needs to back up. Quap should be able to blink away here. Lincoln's is popped. Where's the follow-up? Queen of Pain now in maybe a bad spot, but 3 more seconds could... can't Yules herself, but there it goes. Buying time. Should be able to use another scream before she blinks away, and they don't have anything. Where's their vision for the SK, who now is the gem carrier? Will he have another? No, it looks like he won't. But will this AA blast hit on Miracle? I don't think it'll pop him in the fountain. Makai's going down. And Miracle...
He's
Oh,
not even in the fountain, but
Okay.
he's dead.
is he actually gonna... Oh, he does shatter. I wasn't quite sure it was
Last hit.
enough.
Yeah,
And they also
I
got
think
a tier
that's
3
level
tower.
2 ulti. Yeah, if it was only level 1, he would have been fine, but this is definitely a push from Mineski now, I think.
Drow wasn't even in that team fight, and yeah, as you said, just she's pushing. Drow pushing away.
Doing drow things.
Doing drow things, as we like to say here. Let's see whether we're gonna have a ranged barracks go down. It looks like it's a yes, working on the melee now. Quap coming in, has that Sonic Wave up again, does use it and just pops people. Everybody's so squishy compared to the amount of damage this Quap can dish out. They can't even catch her with all of that Yule's action, and they're gonna get the melee racks if nobody stops these illusions, which they can't. So suddenly,
Oh, they
oh,
actually
in
got
mid,
the
it looks
rack.
like they're catching Cal as well. What a shackle shot!
He tried to cut the creeps, and I thought the backdoor protection was on the rack, so I thought it would have been alright, but
No,
to
I
get
think
the racks and the
you-
profit, that's like
Worthy to
worst case scenario. And now
And
they're getting
Roshan.
rush.
There's a like
That-
15-second grace period after the creeps disappear.
Yeah, backdoor protection is weird.
Yeah. But now we are at a 25,000 net worth lead for Mineski, 25,000 experience lead. If somehow First Departure come back in this will be one of the biggest throws. Sorry. Yeah, one of the biggest turnarounds of all times. So.
Roshan has fallen
I
to
think it's
immortality.
statistically impossible, but I've seen bigger comebacks, I guess. It's just the heroes are so bad at scaling in comparison. They have good heroes to get on the drow, but they don't do enough anymore.
And Puck just built a Dagon, maybe afraid of people getting away, maybe worried that he can't, or she, Puck, it, can't right click.
I think it's just you feel like you need to do something, and the other items in the range of that much money won't give you the ability to like kill their supports as easily. Because they definitely need damage.
And Quap is probably building up the AC here now.
Could also be Mjolnir, but AC's probably
it's an
better
AC.
because they want to. Yeah, they want to.
Actually, I hope it's Mjol for all the spiders attack, and then Quap's like, boom, 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 lightning.
I think it's a nice dream, but you want buildings.
dream
You don't
isn't
care
real.
about spiders.
Yeah.
Buildings
So-
win you games.
Especially because she bloody Sonic Waves or screams everything down. So. Drow hasn't picked up something new in a while, has 4k gold, a lot of heroes in this game rocking a lot of gold. Oh
going
goodness,
on top of
Queen
the
of Pain,
Emperor.
yeah, she's just doing Queen of Pain things all over their faces, and now she's ready to keep going. She is actually silenced up, but Yule's gonna save her from that. She can just blink away, she has a sheep stick as well. Silenced again, could still use that sheep stick if she wants though. Raging Potato trying to get out is finally going down, but they kill off the puck, they kill off so many heroes, and now they're gonna catch Miracle out. They see him, where's
The Gem of Sand King.
Yeah, Sand King,
He's
where
somewhere.
are you? He's trying to get into range. He's a little bit on the wrong side, but there's the blink forward. Shackle doesn't latch, but they don't need it, and Miracle goes down. This is another Rax, I think. The immediate buyback from Queen of Pain. She wants to seal the deal. And it's a GG call. So I think...
Oh, it was really well played by Mineski.
Yeah.
They kept the early game under control once soon as the Sand King got his stuff.
Radiant victory.
Fortunately, the Brood just wasn't able to remain deathless and keep a lead.
No, so really well played. I think Mineski showed in a couple of games that they might not have the early game power that First Departure does, but they can certainly bring it late game and control the pace. First Departure did well as well. We can't deny they took a game off of it. In each of these games, they've been ahead in the early game.